Hello Markiplier fan club, my name is Keej TV. Welcome back to another Manchild review. Today I am taking a look at movie 2007 SCORPONOK, the first ever wave they did for this Bayverse kind of launch. And this is one I never owned and I always wanted when I was a wee babby. And I don't know why. I think as a little 5, 6, 7-year-old, I just really liked scorpions. I thought they were really fucking cool. And I always wanted one. No particular reason, they just kind of look cool. Scorponok here, he was a Decepticon. Of course I wanted one, but I never got one, right? I don't know why, money, he wasn't around. It was like, I want to say 15, 14 years ago. I can't do maths quickly, but like, never got one. But, you know, saw one cheap, still in the box, and I thought, hey, this will do a little fun Manchild review, because I think, as a wee babby who was more or less, you know, who we kidding, the prime audience for those Michael Bay movies when they first came out, I think I have a lot more to say, a lot more kind of input and weight, you know, because that was what I was kind of into, you know, that was what I was supposed to be kind of swagging about at the time. Yeah, I have obvious nostalgia for all these other guys, that beautiful beat up kind of like 70s Chimera Bumblebee. If the ring light will fucking let me show you, God. That jazz I loved, Wreckage, I thought it was the coolest. You could always see him in that, what was that one Bumblebee Flash game years back in the old Hasbro website where like you were Bumblebee and these kind of like mountaintops, it had this kind of cool like music in the background, and Wreckage was one of the bad guys you had to like defeat. I could never beat that game, probably because I don't know, I work a keyboard at like 6 years old. That Brawl, I love that Brawl as well. Barricade, I always wanted Barricade as well. Probably why I love him so much is those DS games, and I think that can inspire me. But he just looks cool in general. I never actually had a movie Barricade toy, or I think any kind of Barricade up until when The Last Night came out, and that guy was for like 20 quid. But that's beside the point. Scorponok here is the focus. Does it say anything cool about this guy? Scorponok lives to hunt and destroy using his stinger and drill claws and surprise attacks. Alright, that's nice. Nice and brief. It's not an entire fucking saga like the Universe 2003 toys tell you. That's cool. Yeah, this beautiful kind of crimson, not even crimson, just kind of saturated red packaging with the kind of rust and wear and tear to it. This was really cool. And I guess I kind of went on about that with the tiny Barricade review from a little bit ago. Let me get this guy open, right? Oh. Alright. Okay, thank God it's more of those twisty ties, because I am so tired, I mention this every time, of walking about in this little room and there's still little cut up bits of plastic ties that destroy my feet whenever I decide to step foot in here and do another Manchild review, or any kind of thing, because I film in here as well. I gotta work on a budget and just do everything in this little cupboard backroom thing where I just film and make everything. Is it only one twisty tie keeping them in? Nah, it's two. I literally untied two. What is up with me? Right, let's get him out. Oh, nice and beautiful, nice and simple. There he is, our little scorpion friend. Let me get wait, what? Okay, the instructions are here, but what is this? Is this? Whoa! Is this another one of these? I think. Yeah. Oh. Hold on. This is bringing me back. Jeez, that big leader Megatron. That I remember. See this Optimus Prime? I remember this one because it was the only Optimus Prime I had for a while. But it was also the one I got like the day my sister was born. I think that was fun. Yep, there's that Brawl, Jazz, Barricade, Bumblebee again. I remember these going over to like your pal's house and you'd run about trying to shoot you with that thing. Is there anything in the back? Nope. Okay. Those are always nice to have. Reminds me of the times. But Scorponok here, okay, first time handling this La Creatura. What the hell are you? It is definitely movie Scorponok, I'll say that much. These legs really move at all? Oof, okay, he's a bit feisty. Yeah. Oh my god, I can just tell I would have loved this as a kid. Like the kind of twisty things. Does he like? Whoa! Hold on, look at that. Whoa! That's cool. Do you know sort of kind of miss gimmicks like that? I kind of wish they had these weird spinning features in like the kind of modern legacy toys. You know, just because like it's kind of aimed for like older guys doesn't mean you can take away the funny bits. I never noticed this. These like claw things are like they're like that kind of impossible shape drawing. You know, they're like all twisted and weird and mangled. They don't even move or anything. They're just kind of evil twisted claw things that are designed to like shred people up. Jesus. Yeah, some of these. I was thinking about this kind of like some of these movie verse designs, especially with the kind of marketing they had at the start, where it was all mysterious and like freaky. Some of these guys are like genuinely kind of like frightening. Like like this guy Scorponok here, he's a bastard. He stabbed a man for the chest and fucking buried him in the sand to never be found again. This guy's terrible. Scorponok, like, say you want about Transformers villains, this guy is just like a bastard, and it's even like after he dies, he like I guess not muscle spasms, but like metal spasms, and like even then, like tries to kill people with like the remains of his body. He is an evil little fuck. Maybe that's why he stood out to me so much as a kid. But is this like a missile launcher or something? Does he just like is this just for like killing people with families? I guess. I remember one reason why I really wanted this guy, right, was because, and this is me going on a wee tangent here. There was this website, yeah, I think it was the Hasbro website, and it had this little game, not even a game, it was like it was just a flash game advertisement really, where it had this banger tune, right, and I wish I could find it. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. If you do, please tell me. But like, where you could basically select different like toys in the line. It would give you like bios, and they would like transform in the flash game and shit. It was basically like an advertisement for the toy line they had, but like, it's hard. Like, again, it's been how many years? 15, 16. But I wish I could find it again. If there's any footage of it out there or anything, because I know all these flash games are dead, all these websites have been taken down and shooters like reformatted. But I really wish I could find it again because I remember Scorponok looking so cool, and that was kind of like, you know, the way advertisement works. It's what wanted me to get this little fucker in the first place. I was like, oh, Scorponok looks cool, combined with the cool music and the website presentation. I swear, I hope someone knows what I'm talking about genuinely, because that website, I cannot get that song in my head. It was this kind of like very short, kind of like probably like garage band like guitar loop that played in the background. Ah, it's gonna annoy me now. I should get back to the toy review. If you know what I'm talking about, please tell me, God, because I think I might even want to just find that music and like using it in a video, just for the sake of it. But going back to the actual focus of this video instead of just being nostalgic for toy marketing that doesn't even matter anymore. I think just looking at this guy, right, and all these beautiful kind of like tamagraphs on him, where like he's clearly supposed to be like a piece of the helicopter that Blackout is. Again, Blackout, love that design as well. You know, his big cicada face and his weird kind of like stuffed kind of like over. I don't even know how to describe it. He's kind of like just wearing bits of a helicopter, and he looks kind of uncomfortable with it. You know, with like all this like shit and like turbines and like helicopter blades like stuffed in his back. He has to wear like a big suit. I like that. Like Scorponok here is clearly just like a chunk of a helicopter that's like came to life, and his Blackout's wee kind of like minion creature thing, which I guess is a side effect of him supposedly originally being Soundwave. Again, I'm going off on another tangent there because there's a lot to say about these movies. Mostly criticism, mostly wondering why people like to enjoy that, some especially the later films, some of that dog shit so much. But I think the first movie had the clearest kind of like aesthetic kind of like vision. It was the purest it was, and I almost kind of respect it for that. Like I think it's kind of a tightrope you have to walk where the first movie you want to say good things about it because it's the least bad. I think it had the clearest vision. It said like it didn't really say much, but it said the most with its kind of visuals. Of course, gorgeous CGI, but I think with like the kind of visuals it had before, like it was just reused models of like Blackout's fucking head on a protoform, and like that's not Blackout, that's Grindor. A lot of Blackout talk, even though I don't even know where that toy of his is. Even with guys like Scorponok here, that kind of vision was still pretty intact. The Decepticons were these weird kind of like almost bug-like with scorpions, blackout cicada face, whatever the hell Barricade was. Megatron's kind of weird, like I don't know. He was almost kind of like a weird kind of warrior beetle kind of shape to him. Starscream had like a weird kind of spider like beak face. They had these kind of insect elements to them, and I feel like that got lost, especially the further down the line you got of these movies. And there was this kind of cool like edge to them. There was obviously the good guys who had kind of more rounded, smoother parts, but even they kind of like alien. They weren't just like kind of 80s kind of like anime mecha dudes with car bits attached to them, which, not to slag that off, that I think that clearly is the kind of, superior aesthetic. But this was interesting at the time. And obviously it's went a different way with the modern movies, how they kind of portray their guys. But I almost kind of feel like, not to be like one of those guys who like unironically thinks that, the Bayverse movies are like better and have more to say than the new ones, like Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts. I think this first movie had a bit of edge to it, and I respect it for that. That is the most kind of respect you're going to hear me give the Bay movies. But even translated into toy form, you can kind of get that angle they were going for. And I don't know, there was just a lot more buzz to it. It was alive. It was this new cool Transformers bang the spotlight, and I gotta respect that risk taking, that kind of like ambition to put some bizarre, edgy bullshit out there. Yeah, okay. Talking about the actual toy and fucking question here. I don't think if I can say anything too interesting about Scorponok here. He is an evil metallic scorpion with a nice kind of aesthetic that is a bit bizarre. The little legs kind of move sometimes. I don't know that could happen, right? Cool. Yeah, his legs can move if you don't, rip them off like you're torturing a small animal. Okay. 1 second. Yep. He has his big stinger. Can the stinger do much apart from just go in and out like that? Is there even a specific reason it does that, or is that just like a cool kind of like motion, like yeah, he is what he says in the tin. He is a scorpion. There's a transformer, and he's evil, and he has little funny gimmicks to him. But the weird thing is, he has a robot mode. And I don't think he ever did that in the movie, but I guess as a Transformer, he needs that 2-in-1 gimmick. So, let's transform this guy. Yeah, no sped up music or anything needed for that. It is that simple. I think he is simpler than the tiny barricade we reviewed, because even then I had a bit of trouble figuring out how that guy's legs transformed. Scorponok just kind of stands up, and I guess that's I guess that's his robot mode. Does the tail balance him? I'm not even sure. He just kind of like like how dogs and cats kind of stand up and it looks weird. That's kind of what he does. It's like he wants Blackout's attention. He's like, eh. Is this thing even sentient? Like, what is going on behind your eyes? Because I think as a kid, I always kind of assumed he was like alive, but just didn't speak. I'm kind of calling it a question. Like, is he just like some kind of like pet they trained? Is he like a Cybertronian pit bull? What are you? Are you just like a staffy they like train to like hurt people? There's a lot of questions with those movies. It's kind of like how people went a bit insane asking questions over that fucking Pixar Cars movie. Like, you're kind of better if you just don't ask questions, because I think some people can like generally like rot their brains trying to figure out like the inconsistencies of Bay movies when the writers didn't give a shit. And if you combine that with a Transformers fan who maybe has a bit too much free time to think about these guys, that is a genuine like psych ward placement. But I'm satisfied. It was nice to look back at the old 2007 wave for like a brief moment, get a toy I always wanted. Even if he is relatively simple and I can't really say much about him without just talking about movie aesthetics and design choices in general. He is exactly what I wanted. Scorponok from the movie, with that old kind of cool 2007 box, with that slightly dated toy design, which still holds a bit of charm if you ask me. With his funny little gimmicks of the time, coming off of what's it called, Transformers Cybertron. Yeah, I like this little weird French bulldog. I hope you do too. I hope I said something interesting in this, because I make these videos mostly for myself, to be real with you. They are kind of just like a way of me archiving my experiences of little toy robots, just so I can maybe look back at them one day. But I hope, seeing as I have an audience, small little audience, it can also do something for you. Maybe start a discussion or whatever. Maybe show you what it's like to own one of these little freaks, and if you ever want to own one yourself. But I think I'm just going to mess around with this little fart head, and I hope I'll see you soon, right? Cheers. Bye.